So, a while ago, we went down and got some evaporate deposits. Now, these guys, they have a wonderful substance in them called... Let me go get it. Okay, it's called borax. And now this stuff is like, what sodium, it's got boron. What is the point of this? Well, let me tell you. The point is, magnesium diboride, superconductor. We can make these, I think. The question is, how do we turn this rubbish into good superconductors? So the first thing we're going to want to do is we're going to want to build a steam turbine, because we're going to need another turbine line for this, of course. Probably should build one of the big ones, but the reason we want to get superconductors is so we can just replace the entire heat exchanger grid, and then move to a centralized power system with every single steam turbine. No gas turbines, only steam. So we'll have like four steam turbines basically. 4 of the large ones. They are the big ones. They're the most powerful, and we don't actually need to use any gas for anything. I just now realized I made no batteries. I meant to make batteries, but I did not make batteries. Let's go ahead and take care of it. So we should have a ton of battery alloy plates. What we need to do to make batteries is you take the battery alloy plates, you take some of... where's the wonderful thin cables? You make a bunch of them, and then you shove them in here with polyethylene. Now, that one doesn't have polyethylene, but the one upstairs does. And we just shove them together, that makes the casings. There we go, polyethylene. Nice, it's on empty, so it'll take like less time. And holy crap, this actually is going to use magnesium. Guess what? Guess what, guys? Guess what? Magnesium is produced over here. In the back rooms. Hold on, let me dig it out, because it's in the back rooms, of course. Stop it. Okay, well, let's see this. See this. Oh, you ready here? 18 magnesium. We gotta run rock salt to get it. That's insane. I thought it would be manganese. That awful, terrible substance that I hate. But nah, it's manganese. Okay, so first, borax is roasted to obtain boron tetraborate, and then we can send this to the next stage where it is batch reacted for borate liquor with distilled water, which means we need distillery. I am not sure where you're getting lithium, aluminum, and silicon from. Probably the water, I guess. I don't know. This needs hydrochloric acid, which we produce somewhere. I don't know where. Yeah, probably at PTFE. Okay, so this looks like it's going to be insane. Okay, what's this next machine after roaster? So roaster gives you the boron tetraborate, and that needs to be processed in the batch reactor. We're going to make one of them. Another batch reactor! God, I love batch reactors. Next is... well, I guess we send this borate liquor to become this, right? Yeah. And then we send them to roaster to get boron trioxide to yet another roaster. No problem. These guys are easy. Okay. Okay, so all we gotta do is set these guys up in a, probably a row here. First we roast, batch reactors will go in the middle, and then all of this happens. So this is basically going to be the first time that we ever automate any superconductor process. Now, with all of these machines here, we gotta hook them up like so to this. Now, on the other side, or on the bottom maybe, we'll have the distillery that runs the distilled water and sends it into the sky. Now, hydrochloric acid, I think we can get some from over there. Although it's reprocessed for chlorine because the previous setup. And we may be able to scrap this electrolytic cell, although it does produce oxygen, which we are going to use for potentially the superconductors themselves. Although it's mainly magnesium phosphide that needs that. To make the batteries, however, we're going to need to make some plates of lead, because we don't have any lead plates, I don't know. I don't know if we do or not. I don't think we do. I honestly think we're out of lead plates, so we're going to run some lead plates. Although we're going to make the batteries at the actual battery plant, or well, high voltage assembly machine. Yes, as you can see, we have 18 of these small battery hull, which we can send over to here, where we already have sulfuric acid and lead. This meager quantity of batteries should do the trick. It's around 9. It's more than actually enough. More than enough. No, none of that is Dang, I'm very sad because we have what, like 12 pieces? If you don't understand, basically we are just stalling until we can get to the point where we actually are able to do something with our PTFE, which is useful. We only have like 12 pieces right now, which is not enough for what we need it for. Okay, so that makes this place look extra nice. We got at least 3 turbines visible now. You can see one here, and then all the way down here at the very end there's one. Which basically means that if you look down the hallway, you got 3 turbines. Well, you can barely see the one on the edge there, but it's noticeable. Okay, so in the first step, we take the wonderful borax and roast it. Now, we have borax over at the one place. We can send the borax over to here. The product of this is steam, which we need to send back out into the turbine grid, which is over here. And then it roasts again, and now we need a conveyor belt. A cheap conveyor belt, one of these low voltage ones will do just fine, although you can use any kind you prefer. If you prefer the high voltage or medium voltage ones, and you have access to them. So that's going to take items and send them over to here, where we can then proceed to process them further, which these are boron, sodium tetraborate, and that needs to be processed through a batch reactor with distilled water, meaning we need a distillery. We're also going to need a water pipe. Now, water piping is going to be done with the polyethylene because we have such a great amount of it. Although I'm pretty sure we're actually out of polyethylene. If I had my guess, we are definitely out of polyethylene. No, we're not. Dang, that's crazy. So all I gotta do is set up the pipe here. Now this is carbon dioxide. That is not what we want. However, I do believe that in this room there's actually water pipelines, so I could probably just get from there to the from ore processing to the new setup. This is water, correct? Yes. Okay, so distilled water is gonna go from here over to here. Now this is the distillery we use at the general chemical plant. However, I'll replace that one. I don't know. I just don't want to do that right now. I don't want to mess with making a new one. It's not worth it. We're gonna just use the one from the general mill. And that is sending water up to a batch reactor where the stuff should be batch reacted. Oh, we need to install a pipe first. Here we go. That does it, I think. Or not. Not at all. One does the job, I think. I think that does the job. Right? Just on the first setting? Yeah. All we have to do is wait for it to build up a good supply of distilled water. Okay, it's processing right now. It's doing its stuff. This is going to become the next thing, which needs to be processed with hydrochloric acid. This. Borate liquor. I should say, I'm sorry. Okay, shove that in there. We gotta process that. We have hydrofluoric acid, we don't have hydrochloric acid. Now, hydrochloric acid, I believe, is made by reacting the, hydrogen chloride. We actually have hydrogen chloride. This process here makes hydrogen chloride, which we can send over to, a mixer, basically. And now it's time to install a filter fill on one of these guys. Or, well, a filter drain on this guy. Oh, crap. We might have unidentified liquids entering the pipe. Okay, well that's fine. There's nothing going in there. Alright, let's use Invar's screwdriver to make this guy nice. We're going to tell him, you need to pour out the hydrogen chloride. And he's going to do that. Hydrogen chloride is not spelled with a J. It is spelled with a hydrogen. An H. Okay. HCl, that is what we're looking for, and that should be filtered drain, and, well, now hydrogen chloride's entering the pipeline. Which is good, because now the hydrogen chloride is able to react with this to create hydrochloric acid in the bubble column reactor. Like so. And this goes really fast. It takes us 1 tick to make that. So, yeah. Oh crap, I just melted my polyethylene piping. So hydrochloric acid is actually acidic, by the way, if you're not aware. So what that means is that we have to take a very good caution with this. We have to use the tiny gold pipes. That pipe's in the way. That pipe's in the way. Okay. I guess we're not going down. Alright, so using these cobblestone pieces I placed a while ago, we're able to actually pinpoint where the machine is going to be, and it's going to be right there. Wow, spot on. I was not expecting that to be spot on, but like that actually works, so it's amazing. Alright, and I have hidden the pipeline in this wall here, so you actually cannot see it at all. Which is beautiful. And, yeah. Not much to say about that. Okay, go downstairs. Quick. We must go down the stairs. I don't care about the crops. Through the back rooms. Into the wonderful place. Hydrochloric acid has arrived. Here. At this place. Now, what's happening is that this is going to be cooking up a wonderful substance which will be sent to the roaster yet again for the final step. And that is boric acid. Now there's a saltwater byproduct which we can... Well, we could dispose of that. We could send that back up to the plant upstairs. I don't know what we're gonna do with that, honestly. I think we're just gonna store that over there for now, and then we'll decide on what to do with it later. But it's finally time we add a conveyor belt into the system. We're gonna use probably a storage tank, a steel storage tank for this liquid. I've only used a few of them in certain, well, one of them, down at the oxygen plant. Alright, conveyor belt goes there, and this guy is now taking in the boric acid, turning boric acid into boron trioxide, which will be used in future steps of the process. In fact, we do need to use it right now. So boron trioxide, as you can see, can be arced into boron carbide, which can be sintered into rod with argon. Oh my. Is there any other options? Yeah, forming press. Okay, I like that one better. Sintering is stupid. I hate the sintering oven. It takes 10 to 7 to make boron carbide. Okay. I'll take 10. And I will send them to the mill. And we do have a fluid byproduct from this, which needs to be disposed of. And that is, of course, more steam. Always. Just so much steam. So next episode, we'll deal with that steam byproduct from all the machines because it's not being dealt with properly at the moment. We're gonna go ahead and take care of this, this stuff. We're gonna make some boron carbide, which you make with that. You also need to grab some of this carbon. We have a lot of it from when we were doing cobalt. So you take boron and carbon, you combine them in a basic arc furnace. Now to get over to the other side, I'm gonna have to jump through this pipe spaghetti to get here, but it's gonna end up in this roaster, which I don't want it to roast with chlorine. That might cause some interesting things to happen. Okay, good. Now, the forming press is upstairs, but we kind of need to take the, thing. Basically, what we're gonna do is we're gonna take this, run it through the bending machine to get plates, then we're gonna make the plates into basic empty shape plates, and then we're going to... Oh, actually, we could just make it right now. We already have that. Nice. Thank goodness. These are some of my favorite items to make these basic shape plates. So it runs through the forming press, which, that should take no time at all. I just gotta give it a second. We can take the rest of this out. I don't think we need to do anything with it. Okay. And I'll see y'all next episode when we take care of whatever comes next. I believe it takes electrolytic boron through the electrolysis. But also needs a bunch of catalysts and stuff, which I'm not very excited about.